Morning. Welcome to Thinking is Contagious. I'm going to try a little bit of different approach today. Going to go with a little shorter broadcast. Hopefully, it gets a little more interest. I'm really not happy with the subscription rate or the views. Maybe they're running too long. I don't know, but I think we're giving a good product. I guess you guys don't agree to this point. I would ask if you do agree. I need your help. Hit subscribe, get it to your friends, see if you can get some subscribers going. The only way this thing's going to grow is with your help. I will continue to do my best and hopefully give you stuff that's interesting. I want to jump right in. CNBC this morning. I listen to them just about every day with the stock market. This Steve Leisman guy. I mean, I love CNBC as far as their content and they address the markets and they bring interesting people on board. But every time this guy Steve Leisman opens his mouth, I don't know his political leanings. I will definitely take a guess as to what they are. But it is doom and gloom and that the recovery is much longer and that we're getting into a recession and that the pandemic and that the vaccine is years away. It's just, this guy is just, he has an agenda. He has an agenda. I'd love to hear a flip side on this guy. At least something to balance it out a little bit. But man, I can't take it. I mute it now when he comes on. Steve Leisman, mute him. Well, listen to him first, see if you agree. I want to talk about Portland. I want to talk about Oregon. I want to talk about the federal government. I saw DHS Secretary Chad Wolf on TV with the judge on Fox News and talking about the situation specifically in Portland. These last 60 days, violent criminal activities, included the injury to 245 law enforcement officers. The city council in Portland told the police, mandated to the Portland police that they cannot coordinate any efforts with the federal law enforcement that was sent in by President Trump's administration to try to quell the violence in Portland. Well, the city council told the police, can't get involved, can't assist, cannot get involved even if it's a life-threatening situation. So, in other words, if the federal government, if federal officials find themselves in a dire situation, under attack, something that they are overwhelmed or whatever, out of control, they need additional help, Portland police would be violating the law mandated by the council, the city council. So that's something to think about. That's direct mandate with the mayor there, and you're seeing that since the federal government went in there, violence has dropped dramatically. Controls have dropped dramatically as far as need for Portland services. The federal government has undertaken quite a bit of that obligation, and they're doing a tremendous job at this point, taking care of the situation. But the city council, the mayor, in their infinite wisdom, have gone out and said, "You're not to help," to the police. You're not to help the federal government. I think it's disgusting. I think that it's very indicative of the agenda, the narrative. We know what it is. It's not concern for your citizens. It's not concern for your city. It's not concern for the property. It's not concern for the health and welfare. It's not concern for anything. The only thing is do whatever it takes. The mandate is do whatever it takes to make Trump, this administration, look as bad as possible through the election. So that is where all this is going. It's the same with the financial reporting that I'm talking about. Continue this, put the screws to everything till November. They're going to be very disappointed. I'm watching the election on MSNBC like I did in 2016 and enjoyed every moment of it, as the gnashing of the teeth and the tearing of the sackcloth of all those people on MSNBC as Trump won. It was incredible to watch. And I highly recommend that this year you watch the election on MSNBC. And again, watch the consternation, watch the complete bedlam that occurs as Trump wins this election. Switching over to one of my least favorite topics to talk about, because I just can't stand watching them, and it ties in very well with this Portland situation. Adam Schiff. Adam Schiff is demanding now an investigation into the Homeland Security Department as far as their having implemented surveillance, counterintelligence measures against the protesters in Portland. Adam Schiff wants an investigation because the DHS was monitoring the peaceful protesters and was creating and disseminating intelligence reports about journalists and the protesters. Adam Schiff is clueless. He is a puppet, is what he is. Adam Schiff is someone that in the movies, there's people who get roles, and actors and actresses try to avoid playing the same character over and over again because they don't want to be cubbyholed into one type of actor or actress. Adam Schiff has gladly accepted the role of being the go after Trump, impeach Trump, investigations, because he understands the far left has told him, you are a non-factor. Even within his own party, he's considered a joke, a non-factor. He is willingly taking on this limited, one-phase role because it's his only chance to get any airtime. It's his only chance to get anyone to listen to anything that he says. So he understands that his days are numbered in the Democratic Party. He understands he's going nowhere. So what he's doing is he's taking advantage of this little window, doing the bidding of the far left, and making a fool of himself, quite candidly. What the federal government has done in order to protect the lives of federal officers, in order to protect the lives of citizens in Portland, in order to protect property and to defend federally owned properties, courthouses, is gather surveillance and information regarding what is going on in Portland. If that in some way, shape, or form steps on the freedoms of people, so be it. Okay? So be it. Because in the name of safety, in the name of the welfare of this country and its citizens, some toes may be stepped on. Adam Schiff is a non-factor, is a non-entity, even to the Democrats. They have chosen their collateral damage, who they are willing to give up and carve up. Just like Joe Biden is someone that they have chosen to carve up. They know they have no shot at this election. So they have taken Joe Biden and put him up and say, let's take a shot with this guy. Then they clamor for the VP of a woman of color. They are reaching any way, shape, or form they can. But the biggest mandate that they have and the biggest attack that they have on this administration is the one that we all have to open our eyes to, which is the reporting on COVID, the misinformation of the reporting on COVID, the failure to address the fact that the mortality rate is at or below the level of the flu. Okay? Those things are the ones that need to be reported on. And the continued effort in this country to mitigate COVID, I am 100% support of it. Go into outdoor places where distancing is not possible. You do wear your mask. Washing hands, which is something that you've always should have been doing anyway. And taking care of hygiene and being cautious. And if you don't feel well, stay home. Okay, those things, yes, I agree with. But We are at a tipping point in this country. We cannot continue throwing money. We cannot continue giving people fish. We need people to go out and fish. We need people to go out and understand that we cannot keep giving away money. This $600 a week unemployment benefit from the federal government. Understand, people, that if you go to work every day now and you make more than $50,000, $60,000 a year, you are paying for people to stay home. You are paying for people to stay home and make as much money as you do, basically. And the people that are paying the freight are exactly the middle class. That's who's paying the freight for millions and millions of people that are being incentivized not to go to work, being incentivized to continue accepting the handouts, pressuring the Congress to write checks that will reimburse people for more than what they were making if they went to work. And do not confuse the mandate or the agenda of why this is important for both Republicans and Democrats. They are using your money, your taxpayer dollars, to buy votes, to buy those votes. The $600 a week you're paying for, the $600 a week that you're giving to people to stay home, okay, you are paying for. And it's got to end by opening up the economy. Open it up. Get people to work. I have no problem with unemployment for people who cannot work. I have no problem with unemployment being equitable, but I do not believe that unemployment need be a windfall. It should be a standard, a test. What did you make for the last year, 2 years, 3 years? We're going to reimburse you at 60%, 70% until you find a job. And a mandate that if you're offered a job, you must take it, otherwise you lose your unemployment benefits. This has to end. And the only way it ends is if we, the people that are funding this, say this needs to end. In November, you vote. In November, you vote with your knowledge and with your thought process in place, knowing that how long are you going to keep giving people fish before you tell them that they must learn how to fish? Okay, this has even gotten a little longer than I wanted to. Again, I need you to subscribe. I need you to pass it around. I need you to talk about this if you think it's worth it. I think it is. Hopefully you do too. Thank you.